Hello and welcome to the LoreWars preview stream and podcast. My name is Doug Carlson. I am your host and Dungeon Master. With me is Maddie.
Ground zero for the coronavirus.
Oh, jeez.
Oof.
and Sean.
Howdy. Not ground zero for the coronavirus.
Unfortunately, Ricky is driving to Chicago. Is that what I read?
The bastard.
Yeah, he's doing some college.
Something.
He said auditions. That's definitely not what it is. But
yeah, sure, Ricky, sure. But we're gonna go on without him tonight. So yeah, there's a lot of news to talk about this week with LoreWars as a whole. I have so for those who don't know, I'm based out of Western New York, the Buffalo Rochester area. And so locally, I'm going around to all these game stores to try and get pre-orders set up for the game and do events and stuff like that, and just kind of general outreach since we are ready to sell pretty much. And through this, we have decided an official release date for the game, or for the guidebook. The guidebook will release officially on June 12th, 2020. Yeah, buddy. So that's when if you get your pre-orders in now, that's when you will get your first game. And through that, we'll mail them out, and hopefully everyone would get them on that day, or that's when you can get them from stores. Give me 1 second. So, that was decided because at the Casual Dragon Gaming Club, there is an event, or I guess I don't know. Maybe Sean, you know a little more about this, but Free RPG Day. I'm pretty sure that's like a worldwide event type thing, or at least nationwide.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's actually the day after our release. That'll be June 13th, and we are doing a demo for LoreWars at Casual Dragons during that. So if you guys are local, which most of our fan base is right now, and you want to come, meet me or other developers, I'm gonna have a friend DMing a game for a bunch of new people there, and you can get a pre-order, well, not a pre-order, but you can order the game from Casual Dragons right then and there.
When is this? Sorry.
That's fine. June 13th.
June. Okay.
Yeah, far away. Well, not far away, but
I will be
long in the future. Far away.
Texas for RTX. Not that I'm a cosplayer that's sponsored to go. I just am attending, and I want to come. And in cosplay as do drop. Self promotion.
yeah, I mean, so that was my second thing. February, all through February, which is today, I guess, I'm waiting on a standee that I'm going to be putting in another local game store called Game Cave out of Batavia, New York. And we're promoting or sponsoring a Magic the Gathering tournament, because that's what their store is popularized for. We are going to have a standee up in it, and you can go. I believe we're going to do a $10 buy-in, and the top like 3 or 5 people get the pool of money plus a GAM prize that we're going to put forth as a company. And so during that's going to be in the middle of March, one of the 2 weekends in the middle of March. We haven't decided the exact date for it yet, but again, if you're local, check it out in the next week or so. We should have sign-ups in the store, and through that event you can pre-order our game. During that, hopefully Miss Dewdrop will make an appearance at this one. That is the plan. Plus we'll have...
That's the plan. I've begged and bartered and collected favors in order to get a day off in March. Because for everyone who doesn't know, I work at an Irish restaurant, and if you ask for a day off in March, your ass is immediately fired.
So yeah, you get to do that. Come play some Magic. I will have hopefully a one-shot kind of setup. I don't know if I'll be running it, but just to show people, if you have questions about the game, I'll have a one-shot set up. You can look through the book. We have the guidebook with us. Talk with some of the developers. We'll have a couple there, plus hopefully Miss Dewdrop, and yeah, try and win some money. So those are the 2 for sure events I have settled on. I have a couple other conventions, like the Indie Game Convention, which I'm pretty sure is at a RIT, that we're trying to get a table at, and some others coming around that I have a whole email list that I'm emailing back and forth. Just Games and I are talking about pre-orders and doing an event, as well as there was one other... that I gotta remember here now. I think it was game. Let me see here. It's here we go. Heart of the Game, and that's out of Buffalo. They have a Skype meeting set up with me to look through the guidebook and hopefully get some pre-orders down. If you do want to pre-order it through not a game store local that we might not be in contact with, but just through us as a company, go onto our website. You can put in a query to pre-order. The hardcovers are going for $60. Soft covers are tentative. They currently are going for $40, but if we don't make enough pre-orders, we won't be running a softcover version of the guidebook. And then the ebook will be, I believe, $30. So you can go on our website and do that. Our website link is in most of my descriptions for the podcast and the video, as well as on our Twitter account. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on. We did, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but the adventure book, Seal of Fate, is also being patented right now as we speak, and so that should be releasing at the same time as the guidebook, but we're just not doing a big hype event with it. It's pretty much you can get the guidebook, and then we'll also mention that there is some playable content out there if you wish to get it. So yeah, that's about...
We've been busy, and by we I mean Doug.
I'm crazy busy. I work, and then any free time I have, I'm going out and getting in contact with stores and trying to fill my pre-order quota. Just because, to get the best price on print, I need to have a big amount of orders. And we're doing pretty good, actually. Number-wise, we've almost meet the first quota of, price drop-wise. So yeah, I'm working pretty dang hard on it. I will be going on vacation in the middle of February. Hopefully we'll have an episode planned on schedule for that. But yeah, let's dive into our game.
Well, that's what, for the one inquiry I got on why we're doing every 2 weeks instead of every week, is because I work and I do cosplay, and that takes a lot of time, and Doug does this, and that takes a lot of time, and then
yeah, for
Andy
sure,
doesn't ever want to record with us because he doesn't like us or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of this podcast and stream was to just kind of give a preview of the game, as well as get awareness out for the people who are following right now, about what our situation is for the game. And so I think it's working out right now for what it is. Once the game launches and once I get a more tentative schedule set up for everything, I'm going to hopefully be running a real play podcast, either bi-weekly or weekly, directly on schedule. But that's for another time after we launch, which again is June 12th. But yeah, let's dive into the game, because I'm talked enough about that. Last time in our lovely adventure, our companions they followed John up into the strange mansion, who found a big mirror with a creepy girl, kind of similar to the Grudge. Reached through the mirror and
Hey, that's copyright. You can't do that.
Who doesn't look anything like the Grudge, reached through the mirror and stabbed John right through the chest. And from what my knowledge is, he's still being carted around on a wheelbarrow, because the party the party believes he can still be revived. And so they're carting him around, and so that's going well. And then they killed her, and they checked the upstairs. It was locked, so they went downstairs and found Mr.Sartic, the man they were actually seeking out, who was changed into this giant hulking beast by some kind of mage. And then also the mage let out this flaming hound of sorts. And after releasing the two on the party, he escaped further into a hatch down into the ground. And our party was left to fight this berserk brute of what remains of Mr. Sartic and the flaming dog creature. And that's where we left off. If we want to flip over to roll 20, we can go. Now I'm going to do a little special turn order just because of our missing companion, as well as if you're following with the video, you may notice that I might alter some stats, just because we're down a player. So let's get into it. I'm going to Mr. Oros, you have the highest bravery, I believe, so you can go first.
Indeed. Well, I suppose I'll try to vector arrow the Doge.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Yep, that I am within range.
Okay.
Boom. Nope. Hard nope.
You did not cast vector arrow.
I am going to go, well, that sucked, and run the F over here behind this thing.
Okay. Just for an update for the map for people watching, there are 4 metal pillars that have glass orbs on them, what I just pinged. There is a stone table that Mr. Sartic was strapped to, but once he went berserk, he threw the stone table over here. And then there's a large stone box of which the mage disappeared into over here. There's also the hollowed out chimney and this side of the room, which used to be a cage holding the dog before he was released. You used a movement and a minor. Did you want to use a major? Are you able to? I don't know. Oros?
Sorry?
You use a movement and a minor. Do you want to use your major? Are you able to?
I believe Vector is a major.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
So, Miss Dewdrop, it's your turn.
Is it?
It is.
I suppose so. I can't do the voice because I'm sick, but I'm gonna yell "coward" at Oros
Okay.
for leaving me in the fight, and I'm gonna call him a bastard, and then I'm gonna throw an explosion card here,
Okay.
and it will do 30 damage to a 3-block area. So both the enemies.
Would get
And I
hurt.
get it.
Okay.
I did it. I'm
There you
like
go.
someone.
30 damage to each. Good damage.
And
Good
then
damage.
I'm gonna move a little bit back.
Okay.
Is that a major or minor?
That was a minor, so you can still use a major attack. but I think you'd have to be a little bit closer. I think you would have to be
Alright.
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna just move here
Okay.
instead of over there. And I'm gonna hit the big guy with the basic attack and deal 14 times 3. Whatever 14 times 3 is.
No, roll one more time. There you go.
Oh,
Six.
whatever. I hit him for 6.
You rolled a d10 the third time.
Oh, yeah, roll a
oops.
d20.
Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna bring up the d20.
There you go.
we go.
9 times.
Whatever 9 times 3 is.
Yeah, that's a number, right? It's 27.
Is it?
It is.
My.
My,
Math
oh
is
my.
math.
So on the, in a fit of rage, the Mr. Sartic steps forward, and he is going to grab past our boy, or our Mr. Ram, but Ram dodges, and so he comes around with his right arm this time, hitting Ram across the room, and you see him clack into the stone box across the room, and
That's certainly a broken bone or two.
oh yeah, and he seems to be unconscious on the floor.
Boof.
The dog steps forward at Miss Dewdrop.
No.
Yes, and
No.
is going to attack with a 14 and a 16, which would be a lot of damage. He bites down at you for, I believe that's 48 damage. You can roll a defensive action.
You also have an additional 10 defense for my religion bonus.
That's correct. So,
Alright.
is that your reflex number?
My reflex number is it's 1 off. My reflex number is 13.
Yeesh. Okay, so 14 plus his 10, 28, minus the 48, so you take 20 damage.
Alright,
If I
I
do
have
that right.
71 health. That's not good. Oof.
I will take a brief second here to explain a defensive action, because during my conversation with the guy at Casual Dragon, we went through kind of hypotheticals and stuff because he was very interested in all the mechanics of LoreWars. And one thing we kind of got hooked up on was a defensive action. So for people listening, they can better understand what's going on. When you are being attacked, if like in this situation, each player gets 1 defensive action per rotation. Meaning if you're attacked by like 3 people, you can choose one of those attacks to have a defensive action too. This can be increased due to abilities, levels, and training. But in the end, as it is right now, as you start, you get 1 defensive action per rotation. So on one of those attacks, you are able to roll the d20, because the entire game is built around the d20 die. And so one of 3 things I believe can happen here. 1 is resilience, which is the most common. 2 is blocking, which is the second most common. And 3rd, the rarest, is the reflex action. So I'll go from least to highest. Reflex is you'll have 1 number picked out at character creation. You roll for it, and if you land on this number during your defensive action, you reflex the attack, meaning you dodge and are able to attack in return, taking no damage. So like Maddie said, her number is 13. Had she rolled a 13, she would have dodged out of the way of the attack and then had a free attack back. The second is a block. This is if you have a shield or some kind of spell that allows you to block damage, or some kind of item, and that'll have a bracket. Most of the time it's like 18 to 20. So in your defensive roll, if you were to roll 18, 19, or 20, your item, like a shield or a magic elixir, would block the attack for you, meaning you would take no damage. And then finally, the most common is resilience. If you don't land the first 2 that I mentioned, the reflex and the block, resilience is negating the amount of damage you roll. So Maddie does not have, or Dewdrop doesn't have a shield or blocking item, and she didn't land her reflex. So that 14 is just resilience, and it's taken off the damage from she's being dealt. Now there are defense mechanics such as Oros's religion, which adds on to that resilience, and like armors you can buy add on to your resilience. But that's kind of like the defense action kind of summed up, because it was quite something he got kind of hooked up on that I had to try and break down and explain, so I wanted to do it here. Because during these events I will be telling people to check out the stream, since this is a good preview to the game. Let us dive back in. It is Mr. Oros's turn. If he is here. Oros.
Oh, sorry,
Hi.
I missed hitting my mute button. My apologies.
You're good.
I am going to start by trying to cast Wolfhide on myself.
Okay.
Which is a 1 to 10 casting, which I don't get. Oops, that's a minor. And then I'm going to attempt. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to attempt to Vector Arrow the Doge of Death.
Okay.
That definitely hits.
That is a success.
It is X3 damage, so 18.
18 damage. Which would leave him there. Okay. Ms. Dewdrop, it is your turn.
I'm going to back up and cast the exploding spell right here to hit.
Okay. You land it. Congratulations.
Oh, that's damage. That's times 3 as well.
Nice.
No. That's a time. No, I just hit for 15.
Oh no, you roll again. If you land in the normal bracket, then you roll for damage. There you go, 17.
So 17, whatever 17.
And who are you hitting?
Oh, it's actually times 4. Sorry, it's 17 times 4.
No. So
the-
what's 15 in your brackets? Because
I'm confused.
yep. So 15. Where does that land in your attack brackets?
Oh, times 3.
So then 17 times 3 would be
17
15, 51. And who are you attacking?
It's the exploding fireball, so it's both enemies because they're both in the 3 same block.
No. Okay, so that is your normal attack.
I'm
3. The 3 you rolled was for your exploding fire card, and that dealt 30 base damage.
then the big guy I'm hitting.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm
I get you. You're sick. It's all good. Okay.
Yeah, let's go with the sick, and then I'm not stupid.
You're yeah, I got you. So it is their turn. The Sartic guy steps forward. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the Doge is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Mr. Sartic is attacking you, Oros.
Ouch.
With that's a lot of damage. That is going to be
Oof.
yeah, oof is right. 62 damage, and it's a crippling effect
Ow.
if you can't do something about it.
Okay, well, we're gonna try to just do a defense action. Boop. That is my reflex number. My reflex number is 13.
You're both 13? That's crazy.
Gotta love it.
There you go. All right, so he swings like super freaking hard. You duck under it, and he hits the pillar and like shreds the pillar apart. But while you're ducked, you're able to attack him for free because of your reflex number. So go ahead and lay an attack into him.
Is that just my marking, or would that be just on attack?
Up to you. You pretty much have a free action.
Okay, I'm going to try to Vector Arrow and pray. That'll do her.
There you go.
6.
6 damage.
Well, that's 6 damage I wouldn't have done otherwise.
Right, and
so-
you didn't take that damage.
And I didn't take 60 damage, so I can't complain.
Miss Dewdrop is being attacked.
That's me.
Yes, ma'am. With a 5 and a 3. Let's see what those do for me. That's only giving you 6 damage, and he like turns into fire and dashes through you. But you can probably block 6 damage with your defense action.
I mean, I also get like 10 armor. 'cause
That's
of
true, yeah.
my
So you more than you're fine.
He does negative damage to me. I in fact gain health from that attack.
Mr. Oros, it is now your turn.
I'm going to be afraid of the fact that everyone's around me and go, well, this is garbage. I'm gonna try to do wolf armor or wolf hide again.
Okay.
Try to get myself a little bit of defense.
There you go.
Which succeeds. I have 30 defense for 2 turns. And then I suppose I will try to run away or try to smack the big boy with a vector arrow again.
Yeah.
Which will happen, and let's hope I roll higher than a 5 this time. There we go. That'll be 30.
30 damage to the big guy.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Miss Maddie, it is your turn.
I can't. Hold on. Sorry, I don't
You're
want to
good.
blow your eardrums out with my sneeze.
You're good.
I'm gonna cast the. I'm gonna move a few spaces to the right,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast the exploding fireball at the big guy, but at the space next to him, so
Yeah.
I don't hit. And I get it.
Nail those every
And then I'm
time.
gonna hit him with a basic attack. So it's 3 times 8, 24.
24. All right, you see the hulking creature. He's like covered in blood. It burns from the explosions, and he is definitely injured. He is going to try. Oh, he shattered that pillar. He's going to try a physical action. He does not get it, so instead he is going to come over to you, Miss Dewdrop, and he's going to attack you for 2 6s, which actually the second 6 is irrelevant. He tosses your ass 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 spaces, and you're going to take 19 damage that is unblockable, so you can't take the 10 off of it.
Alright, oh boy. In for a treat, listeners. We might be intro to death saving. Because I have 52 health.
Oros, you take 10 damage for ending from the immense heat next to the dog, and that is unblockable.
Ouch. Does my defense
Nope,
go into that at all?
it does not.
Okay.
He is also going to attack you. He actually does the fire dash as well, but that's going to be for 36 damage, and he dashes through you this way. Ship.
Okay, I think... Does my religion bonus give me the defense as well?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, then I have 45 defense right now. So I'm...
Oh,
I'm
wow,
cool.
yeah, I forgot about that. You had that wolf hide going on.
Yeah, yep, got the wolf hide plus 5 natural defense.
It is your turn.
Cool, I'm gonna be like, sucks to be you, Doge! And whack him with a vector arrow.
There you go.
Great, now can you help me, you jackass?
Well, I literally have 0 ability to heal. I have vector arrow and I can teleport you, but that doesn't exactly save you. Unfortunately. Oop. 6 damage.
6
Yay.
damage.
My damage rolls are not helping. So actually, on that note, do I have a way to heal? Is that a thing? Or do I have to have a specific skill?
You'd have to have like a specific skill or item.
Okay.
You can't just like
Yeah.
heal, you know.
That I do not have.
Miss Maddie, it is your turn.
Is it? Alright, I'm gonna get I'm gonna hide behind the pillar a little bit closer to the guy
Sure.
so I can cast another fireball at him.
I think you gotta go one more forward. There you go.
Alright, well I don't get it.
Okay.
So then I'm gonna roll for a basic attack, and it does times 3. 3 does 27.
27 damage. Alrighty. And Mr. It's his turn. He's gonna go. He's gonna step up to you, and the dog is gonna spin around and come up to you, Oros. So
Ouch.
Mr. Sartic is attacking Dew. He does the throw again. And this time you hit the wall, picking up the little fairy and just chucking her against the wall for 14 unblockable damage. The Doge is going to attack you, Oros. And he does the fire dash through you again for 12 damage, which is blocked. And then it is your turn, Oros.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, hey, Big Ugly! Come get me! Pick on somebody your own size! I'm just as ugly as you!
Do you want to roll something for that?
Yeah.
Negotiation?
Sure.
That
That's
gets
a
it.
2.
Yeah, he looks at you with rage.
And I'm gonna go, that might have been a mistake! And I'm going to, I think I'm gonna try to re-up my wolf hide. I can...
Yeah.
Cause like, then, yeah.
You did not.
Nope. Oops.
Well, those were your 2 actions, bud.
Yup.
Miss Dewdrop,
Yeah,
it's your turn, love.
that's unfortunate. Did I take damage last turn?
You took 6, I believe. Or no, I'm sorry, 14. 14 unblockable damage.
Sorry, I was having a coughing fit. So I'm gonna cast Fireball at him again.
Ooh, yeah. There you go.
And then my basic attack.
You actually, so you
does-
chuck the exploding card at him, and it explodes, and the force of that just pushes him back on his back, and you see him dead.
Wonderful. I take back.
Yes.
I take back rolling my. Oh.
Oh,
wait.
jeez, there's a 14
Oh,
on the.
no.
What is that? What are you doing? Take that away. What is that?
No.
Putting dice
What are
on
you
the
doing?
screen. Jeez.
I can't get rid of it.
It's on my view, so I don't care now. Don't die on camera.
You gotta do that shit off camera.
Yeah, I'll get sued if you die.
Oh no. Okay. I'll move a little bit forward, but my speed is not high. Yeah, my speed's only 6. So I can move like here, and I can't hit the dog. I'm not close enough for a basic attack, right?
No, you are not. But it is the Doge's turn. He is gonna make an attack on Oros. He does 38 damage to you, and he did the fire dash.
I'm going to try to defense action that.
Sure. 30 damage. Minus 10, 20 damage.
Minus 5 for my natural defense.
So 25
5.
damage.
Yeah, I'm down to 115.
Well, you haven't fallen under 100. That's good.
Yeah, no, I'm solid. I'm a robot. It's okay.
So it is your turn, Oros.
I'm gonna look at the dog and go, that was rude. And I'm going to first try to rear up my wolf hide, which I succeed, and then try to do vector arrow and shoot it right in his face, which also succeeds. Now let's see if this low rolling streak continues. Nope, kind of. 24 damage.
Not too shabby, not too shabby.
Nah, not at all.
Miss Dewdrop, it's your turn.
Let me inch my way closer to Boros for some reason.
You're
Three.
trapped. There you go.
I'm hiding. Roll for stealth. Alright, I can hit him with the basic attack, so Fireball would also hit Oros. So.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, baby, that's a
Hot
times
damn.
4. Oh,
12 damage.
12? Guys, I'm bad at math.
3 times 4.
I'm a biology major, alright? There's science only, no math. No math, just science.
Alrighty, so the dog's turn. He is going to attack. Or Sean, you take 10 damage from the heat on Blackwell.
Indeed.
And then he is going to attack you. He does the dash attack for 24 damage.
Which is blocked by my wolf hide.
Good stuff. It is your turn.
I'm gonna be like, this is getting repetitive, and slap him back.
Woo.
And not.
Oh, not your vector. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, nope, not with the vector arrow. Sad. I am then going to back up a little bit
Okay.
in order to not take fire damage.
There you go. Miss Dewdrop, it's your turn.
It is. Cool. I can now hit him with the exploding fireball because.
There you go.
And I get it. Because he moved his ass out of my way. And then I do 14 times 3.
42.
30. 42. That's the bitch.
The dog is gonna chase you, Sean.
Oof.
So where are you going? He tries to fire dash, so he's gonna fire dash through you. That's gonna be 36. 36 damage.
Also blocked by fire hide.
And he's like turned
Or
this
wolf
way
hide.
now, and he fire hide. That's a dope move. Where'd you
Yeah,
get that?
Fire hide.
It's your turn, Oros.
Okay, we are gonna, I suppose, shoot him in the face again.
Alrighty.
Hey, there's the vector arrow. There's the vector arrow, 45.
There you go. Big damage. And Miss Dewdrop,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Yes.
Yes.
That would be correct.
Correctamundo.
1, 2, 3. Okay, I can actually, if I hit the fireball here, I'll hit the dog and not
Okay.
kill Oros.
And you get it.
And I hit
Ooh,
it.
Yeah. The dog
And I-
looks like he's limping. He is very injured. And then you're smacking him for a lot of damage.
It is 20 times 4
Yeah.
is 80 damage.
You chuck a card that's like
Hot damn.
you chuck a card and it explodes on like its hind legs and kind of like he kind of smacks into the wall, and right after it you're chucking a card that like turns purple and just goes right through his skull, and it is its flames kind of smolder out as it falls limp to the ground. You have killed the creature. Let me scroll up a bit in my
You're welcome.
PDF.
Ram.
All right, you each get 150 experience from that combat.
Sick.
Did you guys get experience from the girl? I don't think you did.
I don't think so.
You got 100 experience for that as well, so you should have 350 experience for now. Added on to everything. You guys are
Wait, 350 added to what we had?
yes.
Yeah.
650.
So you guys kind of have an idea here, and I'm gonna railroad you a little bit because I can. You are going to check on Sartic, obviously, and he's completely dead. Like his body's transformed. You don't see any kind of redemption from him. Maybe if you chase the mage who transformed him, he might have an answer or something to help you get Sartic back, or at least revert the changes to his body or something. And then you go to your friend Ram, and he is still unconscious, and we're going to keep that way for a minute. So what you guys are going to do is kind of set up a mini little adventure camp here, using some materials around the room you find, and kind of just wait until you can get Ram woken up and continue further. You lift up the stone box cover, and you see this kind of elevator type thing where it's like a stone floor, like a tile floor, and then you see like a metal track with a stone wheel kind of connected into it, and you feel like if you put weight on it, it'll slowly slide further underground. And you know this is where the hooded mage went, so your idea is like, hey, we're gonna get Ram awake, and then we will head further underground. This will give you kind of a resting period, allowing you to get experience get your levels through your experience, which I will hit with you before we hit our next session. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us. I'm sorry again for the lack of content. Our lives are very busy, so we had to go down to a bi-weekly schedule, but I'm still determined to get you guys content as much as I can. Like I said, if you're interested in those events, keep on our Twitter. That's at LoreWars RPG. I will tweet about local events, the Magic tournament, conventions, things like that. If you want to pre-order the game, go on to the Twitter. My website will be linked there, or on everything that I upload, I put it into the description. You can send a little email in there to get a pre-order signed up for. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. The best way to support us now, I used to say the best way to support us. Damn it, Maddie, I scrolled down and saw your dice. I gotta scroll back up. The best way to...
I don't know how to put it away.
I used to say the best way to support us was to follow us, comment, and rate us on all of our media platforms, YouTube, after YouTube, or on Twitch, then YouTube, after we are done on Twitch. Then it goes to Castbox and Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Get the flippin' and now...
No, Doug, please continue.
Now I change that. The best way to support us absolutely right now is to sign up for a pre-order. That way I can get our quota filled, and you can get your own Lore Wars guidebook in your hands on June 13th, or 12th. Sorry, 12th. That's what I said, right? I'm going to check my calendar one more time. Yeah, June 12th.
Something like that.
June 12th. That is 4 months away, 4 months and a few days. You can be holding a Lore Wars guidebook in hand. If we ship it to you, it's an extra $5, so it'd be $65. If you can get it in a game store or in person, it's only $60. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you hopefully in 2 weeks when we put out our next episode. Maddie, where can they find your stuff?
If you go on Instagram at Celestial Spell Cosplaying, you can find me.
Awesome. And she hopefully will be cured of the Corona drinking. She's an alcoholic. She drinks Corona too much. And hopefully
I actually have not drank in several weeks, because I realized that every issue I was having in my life was caused by alcohol.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Hopefully she'll be healthy and prime for the Magic tournament, and you can come meet Dewdrop as well as myself if you want to play some Magic and meet us and talk about the game.
And hopefully I'll be able to do cosplay stuff soon because I really want to, but I can't get out of bed.
Oh yeah, actually, and to speak of that, I'm making you can follow me on Twitter and see some pictures and stuff. I'm doing a actual like 3D terrain set piece for my one shot that I'll be running at conventions, and we'll have hopefully that at the Magic tournament. And if you want to see the process on that, I've never done like 3D set making before, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun little hobby. I'm putting together so you can see the progress. I upload pictures on the Twitter, so comment on those. Tell me what you guys think. But thank you guys for coming out, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. Good night.
That sounds like a plan.